Hello IAPT members, this is Virginia Katsimpiri from Athens, Greece. I'm a Greek certified translator based in Athens. I have been working as a professional translator since 2007 and have my own agency in Athens, victranslations.ca, since 2014. Thank you so much Aurora and Lorena for this initiative and IAPT in general. We decided to devote this short video on the results of my survey that I ran for my MBA. Last year I got my MBA, and for my dissertation I had to run a qualitative survey, the subject of which was client acquisition strategies for language professionals. I had the pleasure to cooperate and have answers by 62 language professionals from all over the world, and the support of IAPT as well in this effort. So in this video I'm going to share with you some of the results that are pretty interesting. So two of all of the questions that I'm going to reveal here, the answers of them, were: how did you get your first paying client as a professional translator? And the second question, the answers of which I'm going to share with you in this video, was: share with us a quick tip or method that you use to get out of a slump and get a new client in the door. So are you ready? Take a pen and paper and write down if you're a new translator and you want to find out methods to find your first paying client, or a more experienced one that you would like to get out of a slump, or to have some methods that you might have not yet used for yourself. So let's start. Just to let you know, in this survey, in my dissertation, I had 22 different ways to find out a first paying client as a translator. In this video I'm going to share with you only 10 because of the time. So are you ready to find out? Do you remember how did you find your first paying client? For me, it was my former employer. So guess so, the first answer is that my former employer gave me my first paying job as a freelance translator. Another way that a translator answered in this survey is that they mail out to 100 agencies. As a starting out translator myself, I had sent 200 emails to agencies when I started out. That's another way. So another answer was by referrals from colleagues. So don't forget to network among colleagues, to attend translation-related conferences, because you never know who might refer you to a potential client, and colleagues to other language combinations or different specializations from ours might refer us to a potential client. Another way to find your first paying client, and I got an answer from translators, it was a recommendation by a friend. So what we forget to do is to let know our circle around and our family and friends what we do. So next time, go and tell to people what you do. You never know who might refer you a potential client. That might be a friend or a family member. I got registered to an embassy directorate, another answer. So if you are eligible to do that, go and get registered, become a registered member to an embassy. That might be your first client. I got introduced myself to the coordinator of the courthouse. So that was an interpreter who answered that the first paying client was a result of their own effort. They went and introduced themselves to the courthouse as interpreters. So you might find out how you could do that on your own for your own services. Pros. Okay, we expected all that would be an agency from pros. Friends and family. Advertising letters. That was from a translator back in the 90s when they started out. They sent printed letters. I would suggest that nowadays it's another great way to do so. Why not? Because we receive so many emails. Why not to send a printed letter? Another way they found their first client, it was through agencies. An agency they had applied for a project, or an agency they found them through pros. Another answer we got is that they got their first paying client through an internship. So you never know when you go for an internship if they're going to be your first paying client as a freelancer later on. How did you find so far? Have you done any such effort Was your first paying client any of these? Let's continue. Share with us a quick tip or method to get out of a slump and get a new client in the door. That was another question for my survey. I'm going to share some of the answers here because of time, because the video has to be only 10 minutes. Are you ready? Have you ever used any method on your own? What do you do when you want to get out of a slump and to get a new client? Let's find out. Very common answer was warm email marketing. I would suggest that as a direct outreach client acquisition strategy to all of us. I think it's one of the most effective ways to get clients in the door. Helping others in translators fora, probably helping other translators by helping and participating in translators fora and Facebook groups and communities. By helping others, you never know who might refer you for a project because they appreciate your help. And you become an established and credible translator that way. Networking events and attending workshops. Some translators answered that by attending networking events and workshops, CPD events, they find clients when they want to get out of a slump period. Very interesting answer, I found it very interesting, is that a translator answered by putting forward my unique selling point. That might be that I'm a native French speaker to a native audience, or that I collaborate with a team when it comes to big projects, large projects, or my specialization, if I'm a medical translator with experience in that field. That might be useful if you put it forward or online, that is visible to your potential clients. Translation-related conference, yes, that was among one of the most common answers that we got to that question. By attending translation conferences, you get clients, and that might be through referrals from other colleagues as well. Industry events and trade fairs was one also very common answer we got in that question. So by attending industry events and trade fairs, and I can tell that myself, if you want to get direct clients, I think it's one of the most effective ways to get direct clients. Let's continue. Speaking engagements. Okay, this is something that I wouldn't expect, but yes, translators answered that by speaking to events, by public speaking as a client acquisition strategy, yes, public speaking is one of the most common client acquisition strategies. They get clients. So whenever you do not have that many projects, or you are not that unavailable by translating, you can choose this if you have the skills, of course. Online presence was another very common answer we got in this question. Like they use online presence, blogging, or online course, their blog, their online courses, in order to become more visible, more probably, and get clients in the door. So whenever you are not unavailable from translating, you can start blogging or start an online course and your online presence in order to find clients. I would really suggest you LinkedIn, because I found out to another question that I had in my survey that LinkedIn was one of the most effective platforms translators use in order to find potential clients. So have in mind next time. Yes, direct outreach was one of the most common answers we got to that question. How do you get out as a translator from a slump in order to get new clients? Direct outreach might be either phone calls, emails, or either in person to go and introduce yourself to potential clients. Last but not least to our list, we can add the email updates to current clients. To go and remind your presence and existence as a translator to current clients or previous clients that you have worked for them and you might not have heard for a time period from them. You can send them a reminder, like a survey you make, or a testimonial, to ask them a testimonial or reference, or an interesting article, or an update to your website, or a new service that you provide as a translator. Checking in with existing clients, I can tell that is one of the most effective ways to get a new client, or either not a new client, but a new project when you want to get out of a slump. So that was my video, second video for the app tips. initiative, great initiative. Thank you so much for letting me be part of it. Stay tuned for the whole survey results that I'm going to share with you and IAPT members, and bye for now.